Hi, hello, welcome back. I'm Tally, and today we're going to go through my Summerween TBR. Summerween is one of my favourite readathons to join in with, and this is hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads It All. Gabby Read. I'll pop her up here, and she does Summerween, and then there's Winterween as well. Summerween this year is taking place between the 3rd and the 9th of July, and let's go through my TBR. So firstly, we have a book, read a book in the dark or at night. There are 5 prompts that I'm going to try and fulfill, and then I have a couple of extra books that I would like to try and get to if possible. As always, I am hoping I can read more than I probably can, but here we go. So the first prompt is a staple, which is to read a book in the dark or at night, and I usually try and put an audiobook or an ebook in for this, so I can like listen to it or / read it in bed. And for this one, I've put in Root Rot, which is by Saskia Nislo. So this is a ebook I have. It's a short one. It's only about 150 pages, and this follows 9 children who travel to their grandfather's vacation property, and weird things start happening. I don't know much more than that, but judging by the cover, there's some fungi on there, and I love a bit of spora, so I'm hoping there's some sort of horror surrounding that. This is a queer literary horror book. The next prompt is to read a thriller or a horror book. I have Flesh and Blood by Simon Cheshire. I've read a couple of these Red Eye books. I've got Charlotte Says, and is that what it's called? Frozen Charlotte and Charlotte Says. I think they are part of Red Eye, and Red Eye is, I don't know if they still do them, but at least for a time it was YA horror books, and the ones I've read I've really enjoyed, and I really want to collect them and read them because I think I'm going to enjoy them. But this one follows a young boy whose neighbours are like the pillars of the community, but he's convinced they're hiding a secret, so he starts to investigate, and he discovers something horrifying. And this, I don't know, it's giving me serial killer vibes. I don't know, but I really need to collect all of these books because I just know I'm going to love them, and all of the covers are so beautiful, so I need to get them when I can. I don't think I can just get them on bookstores anymore, so it's going to be like sourcing them. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this, and it's what 300 pages, and it's a YA, so I think I could probably do that like in a day as well, which would be quite enjoyable. For the prompt, a new to author, I'm putting in a book that I've put on multiple TBRs, but I am determined to read it this Summerween, and that is Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce his surname. This was a Reddit no sleep story that got published as a book, and it's a child who has a gentleman who, when he was a child, he had a pen pal who was like, I think maybe an imaginary friend or something, but this is like a selection of short stories surrounding this person's memories with the pen pal that they had, and I guess whether the pen pal was real or something, I don't know, but everyone that's read this says that it's really good, and I just really need to pick this up and read it. So I have to read this one, even if I don't get to any of the other books, even if I don't fulfill any other prompts. I have to do this one. We then have Read a Book with Pink on the cover, and I have the perfect one for this, Itch by Gemma Amore. I have a few Gemma Amore books on my shelves. I've only read one by them so far, and it was a short story collection, and I think I gave it like 3.5 stars, which is pretty normal for a short story collection, really. I don't know much about this one. I love these ants. I did watch some YouTubers read it. I think Kayla from Books and Lala read it, and she wasn't overly impressed. But this it's in a forest. There's forest horror possibly, but yeah, I'm intrigued to find out. Oh my god, I've only just seen that the eye has reflections of people. I wonder if this is like a corpse. Oh, that's cool. They're in your head, they're under your skin. I hate the idea of like itchy bugs and stuff under my skin. I blame the mummy for hating that idea, because those bugs in that film. Ugh. Next is read a book less than 250 pages. So I'm going to read A Christmas Ghost Story by Kim Newman. This is I mean, this is the wrong time of year to read it, but this is Summerween, so it's fine. This is a horror story, a chilling tale set at the festive period. It comes in at 148 pages, 150 pages. It comes in at 153 pages, and this is a double whammy because it is on my horror bingo TBR, which I'm doing terribly at. So yes, so those four and Root Rot are going to fulfill the prompts. And then I have a few that I would love to get to if I was doing particularly well. Obviously I'm going to prioritize the ones that hit the prompts, but I do have these. So I have Anoka by Shane Hawke. This is, I believe it's like a little short story collection of Indigenous horror, and this is on my Reddit, my R fantasy book bingo, so that'd be great to fulfill those two. And it's only a short one. It comes in at 100 something pages, 109 pages. Shane Hawke I was introduced to through, he put together and edited a anthology of Indigenous horror called Don't Whistle at Night, and volume 2 is coming out soon as well. I absolutely loved volume 1, which is how I came across Shane Hawke. So yeah, I really want to read this ASAP, and I think hopefully I might be able to fit this in as well. Another one I would quite like to fit in, again it's Christmas, but The Dead of Winter. This is 10 classic tales of chilling nights. I've read 2 of them I believe so far, and I would quite like to read the rest. Hang on, 1, 2, yeah, I've read 2. So I gave the first one 5-star and I gave the second one 2-star. So I would quite like to finish this one. It's just a mixture of some different authors that I possibly may not have read from before, and because they're short stories, hopefully I can dip in that this across the week. And then my final one that in an ideal world I would get to, but I have to admit that I'm unlikely to get to this one unless I just somehow have a really good reading week, and this is quite a chunky boy compared to the rest, so I don't foresee me getting to this, but if I should, I would quite like to read The Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. This has been on my TBR for a while. I've put it on a few specific TBRs for various like bingo boards and stuff. I never got around to it, and I really want to read it, and I just think it just looks fun. I really enjoy horror books set at like carnivals and fairs and things, and it's just given me such good vibes, and I really want to read it, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. But as I said, out of all of the books, this would be the one that's going to be bottom priority because it's not fulfilling a prompt and it's a bigger book. So yeah, but yeah, so they are the books I'm hoping possibly to get to across Summerween. Are you taking part in Summerween? Have you read any of these? What books are you looking forward to picking up in Summerween? Look how cute that little stack looks. Yeah, so let me know in the comments. I'm going to be trying to upload a bit more regularly now. Life has got a bit more chill for me. It's been very hectic recently, so I might try and do some sort of vlog across Summerween. So make sure to subscribe, hit like on this video so you can see more of mine in your feed, and thank you for joining me today. Bye friends.